Hey ho, just me here. Just thought I'd come on and just have a quick chat with you guys and just sort of say hello again and how's everything going for everybody. You know, over the last few weeks, I've just been looking at life and looking at how different things are, and there seems to be just different things that I'm learning all the time and different steps that I'm taking all the time. And, they often say that, I think that I know everything. I've heard people sort of say, well, there's not much more that I could know. Well, I think that in life we always are finding out things, different things and different stages of our life and different things that happen through those different stages. And it's all quite fascinating, really, and quite interesting. And that, and I sort of think, if somebody tells you that there's not much more that they're going to learn in this lifetime because they kind of know so much and have learnt so much already, it just shows you how narrow-minded somebody can be. I sort of talked to somebody the other day, and it's like when they were talking, and I just thought, well, yeah, open-mindedness is such a really important thing, to have such an open mind, to have an open mind and to be able to listen to other people's stories and stuff like that and be present and hear them. And when I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, it's so easy to just go rushing off in your own mind thinking that you know the answer to what they're going to say, or that you know what they're talking about, and then finding out that you really didn't know in the first place. You're on something totally different. You're on a different plane than what they were actually on at that time. And so it is about listening. It's about actually stopping and taking that time out to listen to what somebody else is saying to you. And we've got all this in our journey. It's like being able to actually learn things like, how to be present when somebody else is talking. And that's a really big one, because, our mind tends to wander, and our mind goes rushing ahead to, okay, well, this is the solution to this problem that you've got. And the person may not even see this situation as a problem. And so we don't actually pick that up, that they're not seeing their situation as a problem and something for you to solve, because you're busy trying to solve it at that time. So what are we going to do about that? How are we actually going to actually stop and be a bit more mindful, a bit more one-mindedness, one-mindfulness, and actually try and just stick to what's happening and what that person's saying, rather than lots of other things in that story, and looking around to see what else you can say, or what are you going to tell them, what are you going to say instead of, or how can you solve that problem, or comparing what it is that they're saying to something that's happened in your life, and that. So yeah, I think it's something that maybe you might want to have a think about during the week, and sit down and notice on when somebody's telling you something, are you actually listening, or are you actually zooming ahead in your own conversation with yourself instead of with them? Are you present with them? And how open-minded are you? If somebody else has got a different opinion to you, does that matter? Does that mean they're wrong and you're right? I don't know. It's just something that's sort of been throwing around a little bit just the last couple of days. Again, I've often gone back to this topic and that, but just the last couple of days I've kind of been throwing that around a little bit and thinking, yep, so where am I at the moment, Because sometimes I could be doing this really, really well, and other times not so well, because there's lots of different things that are happening at that time. So I'll leave that with you, and I'll go and see what's upsetting my pup, and I'll talk to you soon.